It's Cash Color Cannabis, a high level of conversation on LivehiphopDaily.tv, sponsored by the Georgia Hemp Company. And I got my last guest of the night in the building, my girl Danielle Leigh.
Hello, everyone. How you doing today? Hi.
Well, it's cool I met you. You know, I was telling people earlier, you know, I had bumped into you at the Women Grow event, but I've been following you on Instagram for a quick second now.
Yeah, you have, definitely. I've been following some people in Atlanta because I just moved back out here from LA. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what's everyone doing in cannabis out here? And you're one of the first people I came across.
What? So. Cash Color Cannabis? Yeah. All right, so before we, as we normally do, we like to get with the basic question of who is Danny Leigh?
Okay, well, I was part of Atlanta community. I went to Spelman out here, but I'm originally from Cali. So I was out here for a couple years and went back out to Cali, went back to school, and I was a bud tender out in LA, just hanging out at the med shops and getting to know everything going out there. And I just got inspired and decided to create my own cannabis company, own cannabis business, and, you know, just be a part of this great and growing community and industry. So yeah,
that's what's up. So you're from California, correct?
Yes.
So I'm assuming that your first time consuming cannabis happened in the beautiful state of California.
Yeah, I took my first bong rip like at 13 years old.
So so your first time was bong.
Yeah, definitely. Changed my whole life.
That's like saying the first time I hit a blunt was a backwood. Like really, you just stepped up early like that.
Yeah, I had like an outer body experience and learned really quickly what weed was about.
my first time smoking weed was a bong rip too, but I was in college at the time.
Okay.
And yeah, I had that same experience. Like we had this whole argument about whether or not ramen noodles and the noodles and chicken noodle soup were the same type of noodles. And when I say that argument went on way longer than I care to imagine, like it was about to be a fight. Like,
I mean, yeah, that's standard college like meals right there.
So that's what's up. So when you first, you've been consuming for a while.
Yes.
Since you started consuming, have you thought about why you consume? Like, is there a reason why you smoke weed and what weed does for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I kind of got into this, because at first I used to be like so like mean to myself. Like, damn, are you like a lazy bum? Like all you do is smoke all day. Like you want to get up, you want to smoke. Like you're sad, you want to smoke. Like it just gets you through your day to day. And I was like, no, like, you know, white people are using this in their yoga practices and their meditation practices. Like, they just came out with research, like, it makes people want to go work out, like, it motivates people to go work out. So I'm like, no, actually, I'm just, like, a happy stoner, and there's other happy stoners, and, like, I'm trying to be with those people. So, yeah, that's basically.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So talk to us about the line, Ashido. Am I saying it correctly?
Ashido, yeah.
Ashido, excuse me. Because, spell check had me all confused this
morning.
I know. I was typing, I was like, why does it keep doing this to me? Ashido. Speak to us about Ashido. I know the overall goal for it is to preach health and wellness.
Yes.
Correct, okay.
Yeah, and to basically just, like, normalize the everyday, like, woman smoker. And I think, like, it just goes without saying, like, I'm definitely trying to market and target women of color smokers, but it's really for all women. And in turn, men love women, so men are welcome as well. So, it basically just came out of me being in Japan last summer, and, like, I was getting high out there and just trying to recharge and reconnect about, like, my purpose and what I wanted to do when I went out to LA. And I kind of just like the Japanese way of things and their traditional ways, so I came up with Ashido. It's basically like soul and food in Japanese squished together, and it's definitely like food for your soul. And I just want like women that look like me, or everyday women, to just want to really motivate themselves and get out there but not feel guilty about consuming marijuana and consuming cannabis. So yeah.
So what are some of the products you feature?
So right now we're experimenting with our Love Oil. It's a lubricant, but it's multi-purpose for like inflammation and relaxation, anti-anxiety, some body scrubs, bath salts, lip balms. I made this like bomb-ass honey to go into like your teas and, for breakfast. And yeah, so we're just getting that out there to like my friends and family and people within the community and see how they like that, and then roll out some other things like rolling trays, lighters. This guy's selling this card where, they came out with a thing where every time we light our blunts and our joints, the butane is like really not good for our lungs. Like we're just inhaling these chemicals. So this guy out in Oakland, he came out with this credit card, but it's like clear, it's transparent, and you use the solar rays to light up your blunt or light up your bong. So
bro, I saw Nina doing that on Instagram this weekend.
Yeah, Nina Parks.
I saw Nina doing
Fuck
that.
with her, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I light something else on fire. Like I've been so nervous about that.
Some toothpaste?
CBD toothpaste?
I'm sure that's already out there.
Yeah, I'm sure that. Does that happen?
Anything they can put CBD in, they're already doing, like, for real.
They really are.
Yeah.
They really are.
It's a huge market.
You know what? I'm gonna buy your toothpaste.
Okay.
Yeah. Give them the hood version of Crash. Call it breast.
I'm gonna give you a commission on that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So overall, you know, I know the line is targeted towards women of color. Mm-hmm. Is there any chances that you're going to see that branch out past just women of color? And again, I know that you have briefly spoke about that, but could you expand a little bit?
Well, I'm just saying, like, it goes without saying, I'm not going to be like, this is Ashido, a black woman cannabis brand. Like, in my marketing and my advertising and who I align myself with, is just going to go without saying that it's pro-black women. Like, I want us to be seen in everything. Like, you know, I was seeing, like, you know, these white people or, you know, white entrepreneurs, white business owners come into the marijuana business and just, like, really get at it, like, running and getting all this money, and still in their advertising, they're using, like, white faces and these, you know, nice cookie cutters saying, like, oh, don't be afraid, like, we're just smoking, like, but for us, like, when you see us, you see us in jail. Look. Or you see us on TV getting raided.
Runs me hot. Like, I remember when Mary plus Jane was on MTV, mm-hmm. and I was like, let me tell you some shit that pissed me off. That show. Because I'm like, okay, so I'm watching these two girls kind of run around California and just be kind of these accidental drug dealers for the most part. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing it in the most nonchalant, fun way. Yeah. I'm like, I've never seen a story told where there was a person of color on this screen where they having this much fun selling anything illegal. never in my whole entire life.
Yeah, you don't see us like as like the cool like startup guy that
unless it's Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg can always play that role no matter what it is. Like they could cast him as that. They just don't cast nobody else.
Sorry, but yeah, no, like I'm tired of seeing like the only faces in the like cannabis industry is like Rihanna or Snoop Dogg. So
or Wiz.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, black women can be sexy, like selling weed, smoking weed. You know, doing their own weed videos. Like, let's highlight those people also making a living around cannabis. Yeah. So, yeah.
Do you feel like, you know, when I look in the cannabis industry now, and I know that MedMen actually had a backlash from this, from some of that what they were using for some of their ads. And when I look at some of the ads I see in cannabis, it's normally this overly sexualized ad.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's normally something that has zero to do with the product. It's just like a woman in a bikini.
Like Dan Blitzerin.
There you go. Yeah.
Ignite products. Oh my God. I cannot stand him.
Him too. Just a chick in a bikini, and there's a joint in this ad somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, so that's like kind of my thing too. Like, you know, Ashido's also, it breaks some boundaries. It's like, it's sexy too. Like, we're gonna be talking about cannabis infused lubricants, or like, how does it feel when I'm having sex, you know, high. Like, we're just gonna be really candid, because like, if Dan Blissman can put like hella white girls all looking the same in some bikinis in the middle of like negative below 0 degree weather, and that sells cannabis, but there's like black bodies in prisons, like, I'm also gonna be sexy too. Like, also getting black dollars, brown dollars off of cannabis. Like, everyone needs to eat, and like, it's just ridiculous.
And we are going to continue to eat on that.
Yeah.
So for those who want to follow the brand and get to know a little bit more about the brand, how can they do that?
You can definitely follow me on Instagram at ashido.co. I also have a website, ashido.co. And you can also email me. I definitely want to hear about people's experiences with cannabis and how it fuels their life. And I'm also looking for a couple more sample volunteers to try my products. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming out and kicking it with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, and this is a random question, but do you happen to know any women who don't know how to roll weed?
I'm sure there are.
I need to find about 5, and I'll talk to you about it. Hey, I think I found 1, 2. All right, so we need to find 3 more. Kimmy, we need to find 3 more women, and we're gonna put this together. I'll talk to you about that. 4, Mama? No. No, Deborah. No, you could roll. We gonna all discuss this off
there's definitely a lot of girls out there.
apparently. Well, I thank you for coming out tonight. I wish you nothing but luck since I met you. Nothing but luck with the brand.
I really appreciate it.
No doubt. I'm a super. Well, you see me at Women Grow, like between Blunt the podcast and Tiana. Like I super support everything that's happening. In
I know,
city, especially with the sisters. Like I love.
You're a great ally for real.
No doubt. I try to be. So I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you so much.
And that's Cash Color Cannabis, a high level of conversation on LivehiphopDaily.tv. Good night.
Thank you.